Hi, this is Rich Lindgren from the Bass and Insider blog on the Versus. No.
Bigger.
This is Rich Lindgren from Versus.com, Bass and Insider. No. What?
Bring your enthusiasm up a little bit.
Ah! Welcome to All About Bass.
Look at that pig.
That's what we came for right there. If you don't get excited about those kind of fish, you have no business fishing. It's actually kind of like Christmas morning for the bass fishing in Minnesota. Today's the bass opener. What we're going to do is kind of create a little tournament style fishing. We're going to try to catch 5 fish for 20 pounds. About 6 hours today. Probably have spawning, post-spawn conditions. They're probably just getting done spawning right now. We got some hazy conditions, so probably a good chance to catch some fish on a reaction bite as well as some soft bites.
There's definitely a lot of 4 or 5 pounders in this lake, so we should absolutely do a good job at catching them today.
Let's go catch some fish.
I'm trying to figure out whether they're spawning or whether they're already done spawning. This should be a shallow.
There's definitely a certain percentage of fish that are done spawning. It's still early enough in the year, even though the water temp's in the upper 60s, that there still should be some fish spawning. Even in post-spawn, a lot of them larger fish that we're looking for will hang around in the shallows or close to it and kind of recuperate before they move to their summer location. Big deal now? Keep up and flash it and they'll swim it in. Far cry for 20 pounds. We're going to try to catch 5 fish for 20 pounds. Josh probably going to catch one here. Josh just threw back in and I just missed one. Oh. Probably not very big based on the fact that it stole my bait twice. Got a little guy on the ring fry, just kind of throw it in the pad pockets, let it flutter down. Just rigging this weightless 4/0 heavy wire hook. Gives you a little weight for throwing it and helps pull the bait down. The reason I went with the ring fry bait today is, we're spawn, post-spawn. Bluegills are a big predator around bass, nesting and protecting their fry. So the ring fry, unlike other French fry baits or Senko bait, has a little better profile that really emulates a bluegill. Once the water is a little off color, those ribs actually move a lot of water. And even though it's really subtle, it does put off vibrations that the bass find pretty easy. It's nice and soft, it's got a good scent. It shimmies kind of like a Senko, but it has a better profile to imitate the bluegill, and seems like it really triggers a lot of bass this time of year. Here's a bag of baits. Throwing a watermelon candy, kind of a darker green, a little bit of fleck. One of my favorite ways to fish this weightless ring fry is in really heavy cover, whether it's under docks, skipping into under docks, under trees, in wood, lily pad roots, pad stems, and the way you can tuck that hook right into the ribs of the worm, just so that hook's actually skin hooked in those ribs. You don't have a lot of plastic and you still get a good hook set, but it's for the most part completely weedless, so it's a nice setup. It helps you get a lot of hookups. And I like to take these die markers, just put a little chartreuse on that tail because I think that imitates the little green and chartreuse flecks you get on the bluegills in the water. It kind of lights up and glows a little bit. If you're fishing a weightless bait like this, you'll see your line move.
Like that. Really can't draw it up much better than that.
So in bass fishing, when you're fishing, in a team tournament, or you're fishing kind of like simulated team tournament like we did today, a lot of times you start out with different baits to try to see what's going to work. When you're fishing a team tournament with your buddies, one guy's throwing a frog, the other guy can have a soft plastic like a ring fry or a Senko, and it's a good follow-up bait for bait that won't commit to the frog. Right behind it. This one could swipe at Josh's frog. Yeah, boy up. It's there. I went with the ring fry because I was very confident that was going to be the deal today. And I caught a lot of fish on it before Josh switched over. He threw a frog, he threw a jig. Why did it take so long? Mainly because bass fishermen in general are a stubborn breed of anglers. Josh just threw back in and I just missed one. So part of the reason Josh was slow to get on the ring fry. I may or may not have took the liberties to take the rod that he had already rigged up with a ring fry and use that.
Kind of nice to us, isn't it?
So, you know, he was kind of joking, is anybody going to hook up ring fry for me, or are you going to keep using my rod? I elected to keep using his rod, let him go to hook up his own ring fry, another one of his rods. It's just a little game we play on the boat. Don't be afraid to borrow your buddy's equipment without them seeing you. So we figured out where the little males are. This one actually took a swipe at Josh's frog, and I threw back in there. Eventually they all break down and they switch over to what's working. Josh finally digs out another one of his rods out of his rod locker and rigs one up, and the catching commences for the rest of the day.
There goes the ring fry flying.
In a team tournament, once you find out what's working, sometimes it makes sense to stay in two different things, and other times you just got to gang up on them and go after them. Fishing shallow, heavy cover like we were, neither Josh or I are very timid when it comes to setting the hook, and I got a pretty firm belief that you can't set the hook too hard when fishing with heavy line and heavy rods like we were. So there are a few times when you misdiagnose a bite, or you get a short strike and you set the hook and the bait comes zipping back at you. It's just kind of the dangers of fishing sometimes. That's why it's important to have, you know, good eyewear and good sunglasses. So, and always wear them when you're fishing, even when it's cloudy. Protect your eyes. Everything else you can pretty much take a hook or a jig to, but it's your eyes that you really got to protect. Not for the faint of heart. Fishing out of a buddy's boat is always fun, especially when you guys are both super competitive and you both have your own stuff and you're both you both have your own boats. And so, you know, throughout the day there was a little bit of jockeying for position up front to get the first cast, or who got to run the trolling motor. For the most part, we work as a pretty good team. We fished a lot together, but we both have that competitive nature and like to get up there and run the show a little bit. Kind of a little battle between whose boat and whose show it was. We both ran it and we both caught fish both ways, but those are the small games within the day.